It is day one of 24 Hours of Le Mans. Marshall Pruett from RACER.com, Graham Goodwin from DailySportsCar.com. Sunday, Graham, a lovely cloud-free Sunday. We're here at Scrutineering. What have you seen? What have you heard?
Well, it's first thing I say is beautifully warm. It's unlike with what we've had for the last couple of years here, where it's rained. It's been pretty miserable. It's a great atmosphere. There's thousands of people here to see the cars go through their technical checks in the centre of Le Mans. And what have we seen? Well, the highlights, the two big factory teams have been through so far were Audi, for many of the race favourites. Their three cars have been through. And as we speak, the three Nissans are going through, the new GTR LM Nismo, a car that is probably the fan favourite here. A lot is expected, but probably not this year. Beyond that, a gaggle of P2s, the odd GT car actually thrown into it for good measure. Stories galore as always here, Marshall. And actually the first and probably the best opportunity we get to speak to all of the drivers.
Yeah. There's a guy named Patrick here. I don't know if he has a last name, but everybody in the crowd screaming his name. He might be driving a GT car.
French guy, Dempsey. Yeah. I did see Patrick Long actually following along behind the tide of humanity that followed him through. I asked, Patrick whether or not he'd been famous for this long. He said, I'm just riding the tide, riding the wave. Now, Patrick Dempsey, massive favourite of the crowd here. Grey's Anatomy, a massive, massive hit in France here. Not quite sure who actually voices Patrick Dempsey, or whether or not he does it kind of, a cappella maybe. But he's always been a big hit here. Very keen, quite rightly so, to be treated seriously as a race driver here, albeit a non-professional race driver, but this is his passion. There's no cynicism here about Patrick Dempsey. We just love to see a guy actually out there and trying. And this is, we shouldn't forget, the track that Patrick knows best from the World Championship.
He also has two races that he's done coming into this event. That's the first time for Dempsey coming to Le Mans, actually having a bit of warm-up per se. So today is the shorter of the 2 days of scrutineering. Well, they say it's 5 hours, but they're barely halfway through, so many hours behind, but that's normal. Then tomorrow is essentially full day of scrutineering. That's where we get the Porsche P1 team, Toyota, the Corvette Racing, a whole bunch of big boys tomorrow. So you're going to come here and get another sunburn, or you're going to work at the track?
Oh, we'll be working here all day. I mean, yes, you're absolutely right. The two other factory P1 teams to come through, all of the factory GTE teams tomorrow, not had any of those cars through today. So lots of the 19 car P2 grid have been here. So think about that for a moment. That's 19 times 3 for the drivers if you're looking to speak to them. So yeah, it's a much longer day tomorrow. Starts off here at about 9:30 for the first car getting in, and won't be done until actually we're starting to get into pretty late evening, because it always overruns. But it's a good atmosphere. I think there's a great atmosphere coming into the 2015 Le Mans 24 Hours, Marshall. And I think people are expecting a very fast race. We're expecting qualifying to show us something special. We saw in the test day already that the the pole time for last year was already beaten at the test day. And that's about 5 seconds quicker year on year, despite the fact the track was 5 seconds slower. So what are we going to see? We've already seen, what was it, a 3:21. Can we get close to a 3:15? I think we maybe can, if the weather helps us.
All right, that's day one, 24 Hours of Le Mans 2015, scrutineering. More tomorrow. We actually don't get on track until Wednesday, but we'll have another report of what's happening here tomorrow. I'm Marshall Pruett. It's Graham Goodwin.